So I think we spoke about this, and so I think we spoke about this entire thing with Shayla and Anthony, and I mentioned in my live this morning that I think that Shayla still has the feelings towards Anthony, and I can see it coming out. But I want to give you all an example of it in this kit because it's not so blatant. I think they've kind of hidden it, and you'll have to find the gem. Let's go.
So since you're becoming more of a classic man, like have you thought about maybe like changing lifestyle a little bit to match your new look?
What you mean?
You know, like I feel like you're coming from an era of like ball player, like very cool, down to earth, like boy next door, and now you're becoming more of a suit and tie, sports anchor, you know, like something a little bit more serious.
What that got to do with my lifestyle? That's just clothes.
Which is exactly correct because okay, back then, let's say about 15 years ago or so, if that long, right? Sure, certain things mattered and for you to transition from one state to another state because that's exactly how media worked. These days people want to see you in your authentic state, so you really and truly don't need to change anything. If you are this brash person that people met from the beginning and they like you as the brash person, that's what they want to see. They don't want you switching it up could cause you actually to lose a fan base. So I don't know what she's talking about, but again, it is Shayla who just is trying to look about herself and not looking at the long term picture because she's not really that much of a thinker. Let's rock it.
I get it, but I don't know. I guess just like getting lit, drinking, like you're becoming a new man.
So in other words, she's trying to tell him that him can't smoke no more. Okay, I don't know how this is going to pan out. So we're starting to see her push him away already. Because the first thing is, ain't no way you're going to meet a millionaire man, right? This man is an avid weed smoker, and that's what he does. He likes lighting up. He has his own marijuana factory or whatever he has, a dispensary, right? And you're going to just walk yourself in with no value at all because you don't bring a value to him. There is no value. It's not like she brings some business idea or some proposition. You don't bring any value to me. In fact, you're a liability to me because he has to be paying for her to live. And she wants to tell him how to go about his weed smoking business. Lost her mind.
And you want these corporations to really take you seriously because you have a gift that nobody else really has. Nobody else is you.
Yeah. I get the like alcohol going out. I'm too old for that anyway. But you know, the earth and nature, that's free and sent from God. That you can't disconnect me from God.
No, you're disconnecting.
You know what I mean? Don't disconnect me from God. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the suit.
But Delicia, do you hear what I'm saying? Like, do you get it? Like people who
I mean, when I'm on sets and stuff, a lot of my clients smoke, drink. So I don't know. This is kind of like the norm in the industry.
That's the point I'm raising. So you can't tell a man who a millionaire man who has always smoked not to smoke. Like I said before, I've dated someone that smoked. You understand? And that's what she did. I didn't know she smoked, right? I didn't like it. But eventually me leave her to her smoking because the truth of the matter is me can't really, I mean, I cannot say I don't like it, but hey, at the end of the day, if she chooses her cigarette, it is what it is. If your cigarette is the most important thing, I can explain why it's a health hazard, but it doesn't mean I can stop you from smoking. And I've already seen now where Shayla is going with this. But again, I wouldn't be listening to Shayla. If I was a man who was smoking and, I mean, Shayla was, somebody that I'm now paying for, why should I listen to you? But why did the smoke got me here anyways? Why should I be listening to you? That's my question. Why should I listen to you?
As long as you don't go on set reeking of marijuana or like anything like that.
I see. I just thought that like, the more elevated look comes with an elevated lifestyle too.
So basically, what she's saying is that Iman needs to turn into Anthony. And that is exactly what I think is going on. What she's doing is that because she loved Anthony so much, because Anthony is just a businessman, a clean cut businessman, And she wants the same clean cut business guy. She found this ball player. And she's trying to say, all right, you know what? I don't like these pieces about the ball player. So what I'm going to try to do is see if I can get the other piece of the next man who I stole and try to put it on the man that I have now. And you can never do this to somebody at all, whether man or woman. The moment you start to see if you can change them from what they're supposed to be is the moment that person will resent you. It's what it is. It's just a common law. It's just common practice. It's like trying to do the same thing to your kids them. You have your kids and you're trying to ask them to be another kid that them can't be. They can only be the kid that they are. So, we can already see the cracks in the armor. But now it tells me that yes, Shayla has that still jealousy of Amber because you can see and sense. Now I think I'm now validated that Amber lettering in the house, which is fine. I understand, is Kai. I'm no concerned about that.
Where you're just grounded, clear in the mind. You just come in with your energy and your brand. Like, that's completely undeniable.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm just trying to be an asset to you, babe.
Word.
I know you're used to creative women, and not saying I'm on that level, but I'm creative too, and I'm putting you on to the best stylist, Delicia. Period.
Oh, you put me on.
You put me on, I put you on.
Listen to Iman starting to pick up what's going on because all of a sudden she wants to tell Iman that she's the reason why he's getting these things. And I think he's starting to pick up in her mind, wait, you put me on, hold on. But this is how some women are. Some women are going to sit down and try to say they built the empire. They're going to try to say them build the empire like they're the ones spending the hours that you're spending to do everything that you're doing. Like it not take time and energy to do things, and they're not the ones spending the time and the energy, but them put you on. So now she's saying she put him on. Remember, this is a man who give her $50,000 to pay for her rent. I want to know how she put him on. Which asset Sheila give him on that she can claim? Which asset? Because Delicia is a stylist. He could get a stylist anywhere in the world. Delicia is not this special. Delicia is not more special than any other stylist, but that's all. 304s and gold diggers like Sheila is quick to see exactly if them can try for latch on to your thing. But guess what? Iman is picking up what's going on. Him picking up what Sheila putting down. He's picking up what Sheila is putting down. Now it has worn off. Remember that little first thing? It wear off.
I have something to add to the team too.
But you put me on. Yeah, you.
You think that's funny, babe?
Of course it's funny. When you put him on, the man is a ball player who come with for money. How you put him on? Put him on with who? With Delicia? Him can't get any other stylist. Delicia not so special. Delicia is not special. You can get 20 more stylists.
Man.
I'm just watching how Iman is taking this because for the first time, he is realizing that Shayla is crazy. Crazy. She's extremely crazy. She's been crazy. But now I'm kind of realize that, I think you have something else to think about. You know what I mean? But hey, we told him. Not like we never tell him, Not like we never tell him because that's exactly how she tried to see if she could have tried to take some credit with Anthony's thing as well. But don't worry, it's going just according to plan. Like I said before, some way, somehow, Delicia and Iman is going to hook up. The deal is that Shayla has no known skill. She don't have a skill. There is no skill that Shayla brings to the table apart from in the bedroom. And every other woman can go in the bedroom. Every other woman can bring that. Are the same commodity. So in other words, it is not that valuable. After a period of time, it is not that valuable. That's why you have to have skills. So what I'm going to show you right now, you need to have skills or else you're going to be left behind like a Shayla. Young girls, let me know what you think. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and talk to y'all soon.